police and everything else. And just pray that everyone realizes how much they do for our community, day to day and year over year, Lord. I pray for rain as always, Lord, and pray that you may just bless this arid country. In the name of prayer, amen.
Amen. Kind of we recite the pledge of the United States. Allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
honor
Under
and
the flag, I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
First item on the agenda, the consent agenda consisting of minutes from regular meeting on July 11th, 2022, and a special meeting on July 20th, 2022.
Make the motion to accept the consent agenda, both meetings.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 1, public comments. Item number 2, consider and act upon recommendation from Planning and Zoning Commission and conduct the second reading of ordinance 2022-05. So open it.
Make the motion to open up.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
This will be the trailer that'll be going in at 620 Brooklyn. It's a 1994 model. She's done, I think you have the pictures of it.
Is it completed already?
As far as I know, yes.
Yes,
So it's gonna be moved in just like it is?
she put in the new siding, windows, roof, everything on there.
So it will be finished painting over the front door, the trim around the windows,
Oh, yes, sir, once it's moved, yes, sir.
once it's moved or before it's moved?
I mean, I can explain to her that it has to be painted before.
It has to be new or like new, like in perfect condition to come in to be set in town.
Well, the siding is new and the windows are new and the roof is new.
Okay, but I mean, it has to be, it needs to be set on a lot in perfect condition, like it's gonna be lived in from that moment on. That's, to come in and finish the small little things. Sometimes we've already learned real recent that the small little things don't get finished.
Yes, sir.
That's my only comment on this trailer.
Right.
Did the code department approve the site map? And it has been confirmed that it is a 16 by 76.
Yes, sir.
Do we have proof of ownership?
As far as,
Proof of ownership.
Ms. Gonzalez is the one that purchased it.
Understand that. Do we have documentation showing proof of ownership?
Habla, ¿usted tiene los documentos donde usted es la dueña de la trailer? ¿Tiene documentos que usted compró la trailer?
Yo también, porque me dijeron que la voy a mover para acá, que me la trajeran así.
No, pero documentos el deed. ¿No le dieron los papeles de la trailer? Cuando la compró no le dieron recibo ni nada.
No, lo pagué, una parte lo pagué con cheque y otros sí me dieron, pero perdí el recibo.
Sí, pero no le dieron los documentos de la trailer.
El título.
El título.
Sí, sí, sí.
Okay, y está bajo de su nombre. She says she purchased it. She has the title, but it's still not under her name. she made 2 payments on it, on the trailer.
From a licensed dealer or was it private?
Lo compró de alguien que es dueño de donde venden trailers, o lo compró de una persona
Lo
nomás.
compré de una persona.
She bought it from the previous owner.
Is the intent to be installed as, a property or real property?
Could it be real property?
That would be real property.
Do you have any idea who is installing it?
No.
No,
There is some Texas state mandates in relationship in place, about the installation and that sort of thing. That's the reason for my question. If the, installation, the process that it has to go through and make sure that they're alive, and if it's an individual installing it themselves, a whole different ball, whole different. That's just the reason for my questions.
no. That's the first time we've been at
No, I
that.
can,
So,
Is there any intent to include on the site map the utilities?
I'm pretty sure they're gonna be on the alley, but that's totally
The water,
whoever she,
we don't have it on the site map.
right,
Or we're going to be doing.
yeah, because depending on the electrician and things like that, where they're gonna put all of
The stipulation in the site map. And I don't. The site map that we received on that is very hard to understand in the way it's presented. I don't understand the 30 feet off from Brooklyn and things like that.
or the setbacks from the property line, from the street to the property line.
On the site map, it's stating, I believe, 30 feet off from Brooklyn. What it said at the bottom of the site map. It's just, the numbers don't match up.
It's a required setback on that point.
Well,
30 feet off the front.
that's off of the property line. That's off from designation of of Brooklyn, I believe.
So.
So you have your
Your concern is, where's the property line?
Correct. And they're showing that, but they're stating that it's 140 feet and the numbers do not match up
Oh, I see what you're saying.
on the length and you put it all together. It comes up way short from the 140 feet, especially if you're taking 30 feet off from,
Each side.
and then the setback off that street is,
15 feet off the side. Street.
Brooklyn, you're
30 feet off.
it off from Texas and not that off of the end, so you're okay on that. It's just the way it's laid out and
I apologize, Mr. Smith. That's the first time I've ever had to do a site map. I mean, because before,
site map.
yes, I had to do it for Ms. Pavla because she could not understand what I was trying to explain to her. So in the future, I will be more precise on it.
You know, that it is in place, that it goes in there the way it's supposed to.
Yes, I understand that now.
Instructions through the
I'm
land.
just trying to put a kind of a visual on how the mobile home was gonna be placed and the setbacks and things like that. But I do understand what you're saying. And in the future, I will correct that issue.
Relationship to the property line.
Okay,
It's
yes, sir.
outlined,
I understand.
and then there's just several numbers that don't.
Right, right. Like I said, this is the first time for me.
Any other questions or concerns?
Just that it'll be finished before it's moved.
Yes, sir. And you're wanting the trimming and all of that painted before?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like it's
Yes, sir.
I think,
Well, I will explain to Mrs. Gonzalez right now and let her know that that's
that's what,
gonna have to do that before it comes in here.
that
I
is-
totally understand.
And I don't know if it needs to be in the second reading or it needs to be on the vote, but I do have a question. I don't know if it goes here or not. On the installation of the driveway, what is the protocol and procedure and the time requirements and all of that in place to guarantee that that site driveway is in place? And has the applicant been fully documented with every requirement that is in place where they fully understand?
I explained it to Ms. Gonzalez, last month, in regards to how we were gonna do the site plan. Had her come into the office and, she told me where the mobile home was gonna be. Did explain to her, we do need driveways in there. So she is aware of that. And I believe she said within the 30 days, if not 45, she was gonna try to put that driveway in.
Is it documented?
No, sir, we have not done that. We're actually working on a checklist, since previous incident that happened, and we're adding all of that in there as well. But for right now, this is just our verbal.
can we get one signed? Even though you're working on one in the future?
We're actually,
Start one with this one here that she signs, that she knows that everything is, it's all documents she signed and that she's read it and it's been witnessed and then there's no, I didn't hear you, I didn't, like we went through the last one. That's what we're trying to solve.
I know,
It's to help.
it's been a headache for me too,
Oh,
Mr. Brewer.
Just to start something.
Yes, sir.
Signed, she's understanding, you understand, it's documented, and we don't have the crisis again.
And I agree, but like I said, we've never had to do this. This is all new to us as well, so it is a learning process and a working process at the same time,
Learning too, but we're all learning.
so.
Relationship, I believe you said she's gonna try to have it in. Do you have a time frame?
¿Se acuerda que le dije que tiene que poner cemento para parquear los carros? ¿Cuándo va a poner eso?
Si ya se
30 días. Pero como 30 días lo puede poner porque tiene que tener cemento para parquear los carros ahí.
Sí,
Entre
sí,
30 días.
nada más quería saber la medida donde llega del estado.
Ok,
De la
los 30
calle.
de la calle a su propiedad, 30 pies.
Ajá, quería saber dónde llega la del sur.
Ok.
La calle, donde pase la calle. Quería saber.
Ok, yo le digo eso, yo se lo explico, ok. Pero va a ser en 30 días, ¿verdad?
Sí, sí.
Ya va a poner el cemento para parquear los carros, ¿verdad?
Sí,
Ok.
Yeah.
She stated that within 30 days, upon installation of her mobile home, she would have, the driveway poured. She's just, yes, I will go ahead and explain that to her in a minute. Yes, sir. And, she's just wanting us to show her the measurement, the 30 feet street to the property line, so she'll know where to pour her driveway.
So y'all will inspect the.
Yeah. And we do inspect things like that.
It's going in place.
Yes, sir.
We've had several instances, personal instances, that when they showed up, they just started setting it down and then follow all the stuff, where they're supposed to go, so. And will also be documented on the skirting and all of that,
Yes.
signed and filed.
Well, I make the motion to adopt ordinance
We're
20,
not doing, we're still in first read, second
we're
read.
in second reading. Oh. Somebody close it.
And do you have a voice, I believe on the site map, it shows, two alternate,
That was the one on,
Oh, that's the second reading.
or Matlock,
I'm not, okay,
that two.
excuse me.
Okay, I make the motion, we close ordinance 2022-05.
Second read.
Second reading, the second reading.
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? Item number 3, consider and act upon recommendation from planning and zoning to conduct a second reading of ordinance 2022-06.
Yeah, we need.
Oh.
Motion we adopt, I make the motion we adopt 2022-05
Second.
All in favor?
with the stipulations that we considered tonight to be handled.
Yes, sir, as well.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Item number 3, consider and act upon recommendation from the Planning and Zoning Commission to conduct the second reading of ordinance 2022-06.
Make a motion, we open the second reading of ordinance 2022-06.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
This is the brand new one that'll be going in at 1002 Matlock on that last lot. It's brand new, so the dealers will come in and set it and have their plumbers and electricians and everybody do all the work.
There's your driveway. That'd be nice to have some driveway.
Basically, the same questions apply to this one also in relationship to, especially on the utilities, on that north end with all of that stuff there, water lines, basically what we're talking about on that. And that sort of thing. Proof of ownership,
Yes,
and that's how it's gonna go in. Now, since it is for the licensed dealer, and it is certified that it has not been used, follows the criteria that it's been used for anything except that. Okay, and then in that context, that we would be anticipating that they will be supplying, the licensed dealer files the application for statement of ownership and location. So we're going to assume that they will do that.
yes.
Need to make sure that that does happen because some of them did not in the past. And that will put it in relationship to being certified as new and also how it's going to be placed on there as real or personal.
And this one has two options on driveways. They wanted the first option there off of Matlock. And if that doesn't work out because of the utilities up there, then they'll do the one off Dodson.
And they have signed, they have knowledge of everything they need to do,
Yes,
whole 9 yards.
yes.
Perfect.
And there's a little bit of a number problem on this one too. So
Oh.
it's marginal. It's marginal.
And it's our first time trying to do this, so. Practice makes perfect.
Is there anything in place how close you can put it to a corner? Put a driveway to the corner?
No. We have a couple that the circle drive come right out.
Basically, that where the city property merges there, it can't go either side of the
Right,
property line
yeah.
in access.
Make the motion, we close the second reading of ordinance 2022-06.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Make the motion that we adopt ordinance 2022-06.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 4, presentation for funding from the Community Development Fund.
I believe the chamber is here. The T director. Oh, yeah, of course. Bill Dalhart, who was keep Dalhart vehicle. He is sick and nobody else to come,
Okay.
so.
Chambers here.
Chamber. Yes.
Mayor, City Council, as always, thank you guys for the opportunity to request community development funding. Some of these have already happened because I was hoping to request in April and I think something happened and it got pushed back. So 4th of July celebration. I discussed it with my chamber board and we agreed to raise the budget for fireworks to 10,000 due to expenses or higher costs these days. And we wanted to offer a little bit of a bigger show. So we increased that budget. Summer Jams was something new that we did this year. I think it was a really big hit. I think the community really enjoyed it. The last one was probably the biggest turnout. What would you say? Over 100 people. Yeah. So I think it was well received. I do think it took a little bit of time to gain some traction, but we had some local food trucks come out there and sell their food. We had taqueria some of the nights and Justin Backyard Barbecue some of the nights. So huge benefit for the community. And then our downtown Christmas lighting is coming up shortly. So I left that the same, the 5,000. We always update a little bit every year on the lights. I'm hoping the prison can put everything up this year. They've been out and about, I've heard. So last year we had to pay someone else to put everything up, but
What was the budget last year on the fireworks show?
7,500,
They're increasing it to 12,000?
10,000.
And
You already did, right?
Yes. Done deal.
Good show.
the summer jams, that's free to the public, is that?
It is free to the public, yes.
Any other questions or concerns?
Is it?
That's it.
Okay.
Thank you. Is this the pedal pushers or is this? Sorry.
Whoever you want me to be. Good evening. I'm not gonna take near as long as she did, so I gotta get back and get some work done because I'm sure they're not doing anything since I'm gone. So I know how they work. We're here asking for money for our toilet for the parade, barbecue, pork chop, tractor pool that we set out. We bumped it to 8,000 this year from 7. When I called originally, they hadn't got us a bid back and they said it would be a little bit more with fuel prices. So that's kind of what we went with. So
Was that, did that fund last year out of the community development fund?
yes, sir.
Is that A1? Who's doing that?
I just talked to her on the phone today. I think so. Is that Dumas? Yeah. Yeah, they come from Dumas. And they service them a little extra since COVID, more than normal. So.
All right. Any questions?
All right, we don't need, I'm out of here. Thank you all.
Item number 5, appointment of committee by myself to study requests from the community development applicants. Last year it was, who was it on that committee?
Me, Brian, and Walker.
Anybody else interested in stepping up and reviewing that? How did it go last year?
It went well. I think we took some notes. With the expectancy of what was happening. And we had to make some suggestions. Yeah, some stuff that we needed to do. Other than that, who did?
That's me, you, and Walker.
Yeah, did we write that down?
I don't know.
Did you think it?
I know what we did in my head.
Okay.
I can, whoever you want to be on the committee, I can fill them in on what we did.
Michelle, would you be interested in serving on the committee? Anybody else?
I'll help you out.
Frankie?
I guess.
So I'd like to appoint Michelle and Frankie and Ian on that committee, please. Item number 6, update from Dalhart Area Chamber of Commerce on the Main Street application.
Hello, everybody. Y'all had a great weekend. Little update, we had a Rise and Grind last Wednesday. There was a pretty good turnout. There were probably 30-something people there. And from that, we had a lot of community input. We did these fun little activities where you could put your input in and give ideas of what you wanted to see. And then we had about 6 people volunteer, fill out the volunteer application to be either on the board or a general volunteer for future purposes. So that was really exciting. I'm almost done with the application. I met with Stacy last week and we went over it page by page, box by box, and really just dug in and figured out what we needed to do to make it the best possible. So I added a lot of, as Stacy said, fluff to kind of be descriptive and get them to really just give them a good view of what we have to offer here in Dalhart. So it's due on Friday. So I'm going to meet with Stacy hopefully later this week to really review it again and make sure it all looks good. If you would like to see a copy of it, just let me know and I will gladly share it with you. So any questions on that?
Are you still needing volunteers for that as well, or board members, committee members?
Always. Yes.
Do a contact from somebody that's interested. That would be really.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. I think what I said the other day in our meeting is I'm looking for around 7 people to be board members. And I'll bring those applications to y'all to make that decision once and if we get the program. So then hopefully we have more than those, so that way we can narrow it down to those. And then it'll be about 10 to 15 people per committee, and we'll have 3 committees and then just general volunteers. So it'll be we'll need a big group of people to really make sure it's successful. So if you know of anyone, send them my way. So I think I didn't post the Google form. I need to post the the end of last week just kind of got out of hand. So I will make sure that I get that done this week. So
And the deadline is coming up pretty quick, isn't it?
on Friday, well, it's Saturday, but I'm not gonna get it done on Saturday. I'm gonna get it done on Friday. So,
All right.
okay,
Well, thank you very much.
you're welcome.
Exciting.
Yeah. I'm next.
You're next. Okay. Consider an act upon adopting resolution 2022-09. Am I on the right one?
Yep.
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
All right.
So, I did not bring a copy of this. So this is a resolution, kind of like the contract that between the city and the Dalhart Chamber, stating that y'all are going to, or we are going to act on behalf of the city to make sure that we, act in your best interest and we put on this program and are successful at this program. So section 2 states that the city of Dalhart will contract the Dalhart Area Chamber of Commerce to provide an adequate budget to employ a full-time Main Street program manager for a minimum of 3 years. The city of Dalhart, the Dalhart EDC, and the Dalhart Area Chamber of Commerce will provide funds for the training of the Main Street program manager and operating expenses of the program. You should have received a budget in your packet that looks like this. For that, it's this little breakdown from year to year. I highlighted the city in green as to what we are asking for each year. And I also, if you note the red highlight of rent, the chambers are currently looking for a new location. As of right now, we don't have to pay rent. We own the building. But in the future, we are looking for a new location and that the rent price could change depending on where we go. So we have a couple of options that we're looking at. So it just kind of depends on what is our best fit. So we're hoping to stay downtown somewhere.
So after the 3 years, will the chambers still consider or still be funding part of this, or are y'all trying to?
So the reasoning for the chamber funding part of it for the first 3 years is that Ashley is wanting me to continue to, if I am the Main Street manager, to continue doing some chamber work as well. So that's why she, the board agreed to pay for part of the first 3 years. But after that first 3 years, she fully expects that the Main Street manager position will be, fully founded and it'll be able to sustain with the city and the EDC. So, and then I wouldn't have to do any more chamber work essentially.
So essentially, after 3 years, the chamber wouldn't be paying for any of the expenses. Position. Did you say the hot tax? This would be a candidate for hot tax money as well?
At the end of the 3 years, if the city still wants the Main Street manager to stay with the chamber, we're happy to do that. I don't mind all the things.
Like,
But it's up to you. I would think it would be a good thing. If it's self-sustaining and all that, but totally up to y'all on what works for our
You're
community.
good at this, right? This is what you did in Grange.
So I did do Main Street in LaGrange, and it is something that council has to approve if you want to move it from the chamber to being a city position in 3 years, because that involves city benefits. It's just a bigger picture at that point. You could do it a number of different ways. You could house it under EDC, which is what I have experience in. So EDC and Main Street are married, and you can use part of that budget along with HOT to fund the position if that's how you chose to go after the 3 years. But there's a variety of ways that you could do this. Also, if you wanted to continue to contract with the chamber, my recommendation was when Dalhart is made a Main Street city, is that there is a memorandum of understanding between all three parties, the chamber, EDC, and the city, outlining services, expectations, along with the budget. So then this way there's lack of questions as to expectations. That was one of the things that we talked about, and Jay from EDC and I talked about that today.
In your opinion, are we proceeding in an appropriate manner?
Yes, because I think when Dalhart is chosen to be a city, if it is not this point, there could be a ramp up year to apply for next time as well. So laying the groundwork either way only works in Dalhart's best interest.
And it is a beneficial program, in your opinion?
I've seen, not only for what it can do for your city, but exposing staff to what other cities do and bringing all that information back expands their network and their resources exponentially. You can't pay for that. So, and you also can't pay for the design work that you'll get through the historical commission. I mean, to do that privately would blow anybody's budget, and you get all that for free. So it's to improve the look and feel of the downtown just based on the facade renderings that you can get, the design that you can get, is purely worth it.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Yeah.
What we gotta do?
I make a
Adopt
motion, we adopt resolution 2022-09.
Second.
On favor? Any opposed? Thank you, Mackenzie.
Thanks, no.
We need to close it too.
No, we just about.
Yeah.
Number 8, consider next final renewal of regional aviation.
I spoke with Mr. Kuhn last week concerning their situation, and then you can see in the summary here, basically where they're coming from. They would like to know a few things from their provider before they make a decision as to having a long-term or longer-term lease versus a month-to-month lease.
Did you get the impression that they were feeling like maybe backing out of the deal or wanting to?
No, I think basically they don't know where they're at with their provider.
Okay. So right now, they're just wanting to do a month to month.
Yes.
For how long?
Well, they talked about the end of the month, so basically we would have till September 1st for them to tell us we want to do a longer term lease or we want to do a month to month lease.
In the month to month has the time frame, or is it?
No, I think basically what you always say month to month is 30 days. We can give them 30 days notice and terminate the lease, or they can give us 30 days notice and
And
terminate.
request if we want to proceed on changing the contract in the future.
Yeah.
In that criteria. So basically the wording is just go to a month to month.
Yeah, I mean, I do think though that we should know by the end of the month what we're looking at. And then decide. To be 1 to 3 years or 30 years, excuse me, a 30-day lease.
So what are we considering the action to be? Not,
I would say table it until you hear the end of the month.
I was thinking.
I make a motion, we table.
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? Item number 9, discussion of future agenda items, city council.
Are we still having a workshop? Do we have a time?
4 o'clock. Does that work for everybody?
For me.
Vicky, can you go on Thursday? If it's at 4, can you come?
Frankie's gonna be here.
Okay.
Anything else? Agenda items?
It would just be contingent upon outcome of the workshop in my, for me personally.
Oh, I got you. Got you.
After the workshop would be a consideration.
Comments from city manager and department heads?
The only comment I have is, don't forget tomorrow morning, 6 p.m. 8:30 or 10. No, Wendy's probably already told you, but just another reminder.
So which one do you refer council goes to? Does it matter?
No, it doesn't. I figure whichever is easier for you to get to. We have it split between the city of Dalhart employees, so you guys just filter in.
And then one of the things, if we have time, I wanted to show, Andrew's been working really hard on transitioning to a new website. We wanted to go live on August 1st. So
You need to talk to you guys. I got the construction site, so I can show you now. Forward.
Okay. So on Monday, August 1st, we're launching our new website. It's been in work process for the last 6 months or so with Civic Plus. They deal with a lot of government and entities and other stuff. There's going to be a lot of new features. This is just the construction site. This isn't live yet. I was just going to go over a few of the new features. There's going to be a lot. Still going to be kind of worked on even when we go live. There's still going to be things being added and worked on over the course, probably the next 6 months or so. Along with getting beautiful pictures of y'all to put on there. Some of the new features on the website, on the agendas and minutes page, everything will be on one page now. You'll have your agenda along with minutes and the quick link to videos, so you don't have to go to multiple sites. anymore or anything like that. You can even download everything straight from this page. Any other document we do for code or anything, it'll be the same type of layout and format. Back on the home page. The next deal, facilities and reservations, is going to be a new feature. We'll have listed every facility that we provide along with amenities at each facility. Location, pictures, which I'm working on some of those. We will also have a new feature called for reservations for the Coliseum and the Pavilion. It's not actually, can't actually reserve, but you can see what is available and you can request a reservation of said room or whatever you need, along with chairs, whatever we supply, you know, or what they want to purchase. And that'll be sent to one of the girls up here. They'll manage it. Then they'll call that individual to come in and do their deposit stuff. So it's just a request system. It's not, you can't actually pay for anything off the site. Future, we might change that, but that's how we felt would be the easiest to go to right now. Another new, which we're pretty excited about, me, Wendy, and Gilbert worked on quite some time. On our end, it's been live since January, but we wanted to wait until the site so we get it out there and not confuse everybody. Now you can go online through this link right here. It goes to Semify. Semify, you can look up plots. So hypothetically, if you want to look up a loved one, start typing the name, it'll pop up. Click it, it'll take you to that and actually give you the location of the plot. And all the features, if you go through Wendy, if you come to City Hall, if you need it, she can also print off maps, find you directly there. It works very well with your cell phone. The other good feature about this site is if you are shopping for a plot, you can go to our plot availability and search all the green or show you what is available to purchase along with the price of the lot. It's a nice little feature. That way it's easier to find the loved one and all good stuff. I think in the future, we are also through the same company, we can do maps, like physical maps. And me and Gilbert were talking in the past, maybe doing actual physical maps at each section. So it's a little easier to find too. Let me go back. It'll let me. I didn't mean to open it that way. Let me see if it'll go the other way. There it goes. The next feature will be notify me. You'll be able to sign up as we create the different deals. Just for example, Agenda Center. When you go to our site, you'll click sign in and create an account. It'll ask for your email, phone number, depending on how you want to receive it. Then you can go to each deal, new splash. We'll have alert. So if there's a main break, we can send an alert. It'll show it marked as a flag on top of the website on the main page. But if you sign up for this, you can sign up for emails or text messages and you will get that alert anytime anything is posted to the site. You can sign up for individual things. This will also include bid postings. That'll be a new thing on there. As soon as we can construction or contract sign up for this, we post a bid, they'll get an alert that bids are up so they can look at our bids. Online bills is the same what we have currently. Report a concern, we'll have different avenues of reporting any concerns directly to supervisors, you know, potholes, whatever we want to do. That's something we're still working on. There's nothing on that currently. That's something I'm still working on this week. Alerts is going to be one of the main big ones, I think, for main breaks or any emergency situations, COVID related, any of that good stuff. Another good feature on this is now we can go into any language we want. So if anybody comes to this, they can change the language. So just say Spanish, it changes everything to that language so you can read it. That was a new feature we couldn't get on the past website. Or if we could, but it was very difficult. It's quick link. There's gonna be a lot more features. This is what we're kind of just rolling out with first and get everybody used to it and see if we can get more traffic on our website.
How long has it been since we updated the website?
When I know we've had it for at least over 5 years. When I first started with the city, I revamped it and redid it all. But it's kind of limited on what you can do on their site. So this one costs a little more, but the amount of stuff you get is a lot greater than what we currently have. And this one, especially the subscription stuff, I think that'll be a benefit to everybody.
That's exciting. Look forward to August 1st.
See how it rolls out.
Thank you. Andrew.
Thank you.
Thank you. And then the other thing I wanted to let you guys know, I know that there's been some discussion in the past about an HR director. We're looking at posting that position. Worked with our finance director and there's funding for that position and seeing the need to move forward with that position.
Great.
So we're hoping to get it live tomorrow.
So after you post that position, how long do you anticipate before you have somebody? in?
God, I hope by Friday, but it will probably take, just to kind of look at what's been done in the past. I know we are going to post on Indeed, but I've also asked to post in the local newspaper, and we're gonna put a posting on Facebook as well. So I'm trying to do a couple different avenues to get the word out there. We did a study on salary in terms of there's similar positions in the private sector. So we looked at those salaries versus other cities. So we feel that competitively, we're in a good spot.
If I may, do we have a job description?
We do, and I'm happy to share it, but we do have a job description. Yeah, we're ready to go tomorrow. And then the last thing I wanted to just pop out, this is something that y'all may want to take a look at, is staff prior to me being here was doing an evaluation of the employee handbook. And so we've delved into that, wrapping that up. One of the things that was identified were holidays. So need some printouts for everyone. And what it does is it looks at current holidays, current county holidays, and proposed revisions. Matching it up with federal holidays as well. Would help with retention, would help with recruitment. Many of these holidays, school closed, so staff balance, you have to take days off, manage children at home. So keeping some of those things in mind as we look at our human resources.
So that's basically the reason is
Match it up with
job improvement or.
and federal holidays. I mean, if banks are closed, the post office is closed, everybody else in America is closed. You may want to look at that.
Get the gas covered. I think whatever we can do to increase employee retention and attract new employees is a plus for us. I mean, I don't know how short staffed we are, but I think we're at full capacity with our staff by all means.
Our turnover rates.
Yes. And this kind of puts us,
Independence Day is gonna be your favorite day.
this puts us a little bit ahead of everybody else, so more incentive for them to work for us than it is for the county.
So we have to double up in the extra day afterwards, right?
But it does put you more competitive. just put the city way more competitive.
It does make a difference, I can say, like with the county, matching the county. I know having that many holidays with the county, that's something that the employees very much appreciate. Having those extra days of the year. It does a lot for morale.
And those ones where it's Thanksgiving and you're out another day and Christmas, if you do Christmas Eve and it just, people don't have to take their personal vacation. So.
Like it. Keith, you got anything?
Sir.
Paul? Sarah? That's it.
The motion we adjourn.
All in favor? Any opposed?
Yay.